Hello, today we're going to focus on angle estimation. Now we have been working on identifying and classifying angles, determining if they are acute, obtuse, or right angles. You discovered that a right angle was 90 degrees. You also discovered that an acute angle is any angle that is less than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is any angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Today we're going to apply all that information to help us estimate each of the given angles. You will be seeing angles like this, and it's going to ask you to determine if the angle shown is less, more, or equal to 90 degrees. Now, when I hear 90 degrees, I automatically think of that perfect L. And as a reminder, this here is exactly what a 90-degree angle looks like. And notice 90 degrees is this here is my 90-degree angle. I like to use this L as my little marking point to determine if my angle is greater or less than 90 degrees or equal to it as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to look at my angles given. I'm going to find a straight edge and highlight one of my rays. Now what I'm going to do here is stop at the vertex, and I'm going to form a line perpendicular to this line here and forming that 90-degree angle. Now obviously this here is not exact, it's not perfect, it's just an estimation. Regardless if my angle drawn is exactly 90 degrees or maybe 89, 91 degrees, I tried my best, I can immediately recognize that the other ray is much larger than this 90 degrees, forming a angle measurement that will be greater than 90 degrees. So therefore here I could just write that this angle is more, and today in your questions that you'll answer you'll just select the more option because this angle is clearly more than 90 degrees. For this next one, I'm going to do the exact same thing. This ray, I'm going to highlight this ray, and I'm going to draw another line perpendicular to this ray, forming that 90-degree angle. Now again, this is just an estimation. I'm using this marking to help me determine if my angle is more or less or equal to 90 degrees. Clearly here, this ray is extending much larger than that 90-degree angle. Therefore, this is also more as well. And notice when you're taking a closer look at these angles are much larger than 90 degrees. Therefore, this is going to be more, and these are all classified as obtuse angles. Here, I'm going to take another look at these angles here. It's asking me the same thing, determine if the angle shown is less, more, or equal to 90 degrees. Now, looking at these angles here, it looks like they form that perfect L. In fact, if I draw my measurement to form an L, let's see. Now I'm going to draw a line perpendicular, and it looks like this is almost exactly 90 degrees. In fact, here as well, drawing that L, it looks like it's almost exactly 90 degrees. So here, I would determine that both of these angles are equal to 90 degrees. Now, even though that 90 degrees isn't like it's slanted a little bit, like you're used to seeing a 90-degree angle as a perfect L. Maybe it's facing this way, maybe it's this way, okay? But notice that here, these 90-degree angles, if you turn your tablet a little bit or turn your screen, you're going to find that that is exactly a 90-degree angle. Therefore, you select equal as your answer choice here. For the next ones here, again, we're going to do the same thing, determining if the angle shown is less, more, or equal to 90 degrees. Now I'm going to do my L marker again, finding a straight edge here, and now I'm going to draw a line perpendicular to this line here, forming that 90-degree angle. Now looking here, I notice both those rays forming this angle is less than 90 degrees. In fact, the rays are pretty close together. It's definitely less than 90 degrees. And here as well, if I'm drawing my straight edge and forming a line perpendicular, forming that 90-degree angle as my marking, this angle here is clearly less than 90 degrees. In fact, you can barely even see the angle. It must be like 8 degrees, maybe 7 degrees as the angle measurement. So this here, both these angles are clearly less than 90 degrees. In fact, here I started to write an acute angle because both of these angles would be classified as an acute angle. Now, you are also going to see problems like this. You already have practice estimating these angles, determining if they are more, less, or equal to 90 degrees. Now I would like you to think about what would you say the degree measurement would be. Now, this activity does not require the use of a protractor, but instead you're going to use the visuals given to you and use the given angles to estimate what you think the best angle measurement would be. So here in this example here, which choice best represents the angle given to us, KLM? Now, KLM in this answer choice, I'm going to actually draw this little straight edge here, drawing a line perpendicular to it, forming a right angle. So clearly this here has to be an obtuse angle. That's telling me that this needs to be greater than 90 degrees. So I'm going to actually erase this so it's a little bit easier to make my estimate here. Now, if I know that this has to be greater than 90 degrees, and in fact, I'm looking at where this extends, and Ray LM is pretty close to 180. So if I was to imagine having a protractor here, I would say this angle is about 160, 165, maybe 150, around that region. But now when I look at my answer choices, the best answer choice that's closest to my estimate would be 159. Even if I was to measure with a protractor and I got 160 degrees, that's still correct as well. Now this is just an estimation. I might get 160, but an answer choice might be 159 degrees. That's okay. This is just an estimate. As long as you're a few degrees above or under, that is fine. Now, but looking at my other answer choices, 54 degrees, that's impossible. I determined it's an acute angle, so that cannot be an answer choice. Now, 159 degrees, we're thinking that's pretty good. Let's check out 97 degrees. So 97 degrees represents that it can be an. However, 97 degrees means my angle would be pretty close to looking like an L. And here I think this is a little bit bigger. So I don't think 97 is a great guess. And 21 degrees, that would mean it has to be an acute angle, which clearly we don't have here. So 159 degrees is my best estimate here for this angle measurement. Now again, you're just making an estimation. This is not the exact measurement. Yes, your goal is to get as close to the exact answer as possible, but we're not using a protractor for this, so we ultimately are just making our best estimate on what we think the angle measurement is. Now we're going to see angle KLM again, but this time it's going to look a little bit different. In fact, I'm going to draw this L here, and it's looking here that this angle given to me is going to be an acute angle. This acute angle is telling me I need to select something that's less than 90 degrees. So right away, I'm actually going to just eliminate all my angle choices that are less than 90 degrees, which in fact, when I do that, right away, I only have one option left. That 48 degrees has to be my answer. It's the only option that's less than 90 degrees. However, when I look back at my angle and I think about the given angle, by looking at this, I would estimate that this is about 50 degrees. We're about halfway between 0 to 90, so halfway point would be 45. Looks a little bit greater, so maybe about 50 degrees. Maybe I could even say somewhere between 45 and 50 would all be excellent estimates. But now when I look at my answer, the only answer choice is 48 degrees. That would potentially be a good answer. So therefore, 48 degrees is the answer to this question. If you start using a protractor on this and you get 49 degrees or maybe get 50 degrees, that's the exact angle measurement. But we're just finding the estimate today by looking at the given angles that you have for each problem. So as always, please refer back to this video at any time to help you with today's activities on angle estimation.